So I've broken this recording out, as it's an odd behavior that I wouldn't mind the answer to myself. I am going through here, as we started last night, and I'm hatching some infill. Now, when I initially hatched this portion here, it looks like it worked just fine. When I match properties, it goes away. But it didn't actually, if I undo the match properties, it didn't really hatch fine because it didn't hatch around that number. It hatched around this number, that text. In the case of these faded texts, it's not such a bad deal because you can still read it under there. Like I will be able to see this line, the two tick marks, all that. But it will look different than this one up here. So one way around that is to come in through here, be on a layer that doesn't print, such as my junk layer. Draw a rectangle around this guy. And once you've drawn that rectangle, it'll hatch around it. That's all fine and dandy. But it's the next behavior that I can't figure out. So MA, oops, sorry, that wasn't MA. I need to hatch first. Hatch. Now I'm going to match properties. Now, you see the hatch just plain out disappeared. Well, it didn't. It's there. It's right here. And in fact, there's two layers of it. So there's that one, and that's the one I want. Let's check the other one. This one doesn't go around that square, so we're going to delete that one. I'm going to grab the one that does go around that square, and then I'm going to grab one of its nodes, pull it over, and then pull it back. And I have hatch. And it will stay. Now, what causes that behavior? I don't know. The other thing was this member was extremely difficult. I don't know if it's this curve down here, but it isn't even hatched correctly because it should be hatching around this. And the best that I could do to resolve and get it close was to create this. And I just took pieces of it, brought it over to the side, hatched it. Otherwise, it was telling me it was not an enclosed region. Well, it sure enough is. Is it my junk layer that's causing that? You know, the red X, I don't know. I haven't played around enough with that, but that's another way to get around something. If you can't get an enclosed region and you know it's enclosed, drag it off somewhere. If you have a lot of line work going on, that could resolve that issue. So hopefully I'll get an answer back on this. If I do, as to why it behaves this way and can resolve it, then I'll post that in a later video. Something about hatch resolution or something like that. So anyway, be on to continuing this and then be back to recording more.